Today we will be taking a look at some of our favorite creatures to walk this planet. Yes, that's right, dinosaurs, specifically which were the largest. For the purpose of this video, we will be determining the largest dinosaurs by length, from head to toe, or rather tail. It might also be beneficial to examine the weight or height of dinosaurs. However, none of those metrics alone can be used to identify the biggest animal. These dinosaurs' length influences their height in various respects as well. After all, according to biologists, many of the enormous herbivorous animals would rear back on their hind legs to obtain food. Despite not being so tall, their ideal height and reach would be above 100 feet. To put it briefly, we'll utilize length to determine the size of the largest dinosaur, while examining further background data about these creatures as well. Number 10. The Barosaurus was once thought to be the largest dinosaur that has ever existed. According to earlier estimations, this creature could reach a length of 157 feet. Recent research, however, revealed that the fossil remnants used to support this metric did not come from the Barosaurus, but another species. As a result, the dinosaur's overall size was reduced to 89 feet or somewhat longer by the remains that have been discovered. This dinosaur has forked, spiked bones in its tail and could utilize the whiplash at the end of its tail as a weapon. Additionally, it's possible that the Barosaurus stood up on its hind legs to eat plants that were high in the air. It could weigh anywhere from 13 to 73 tons or 6 double-decker buses. At number 9 we have the largest member of the genus family, the Antarctosaurus giganteus. In 1929, the first dinosaur skeletons were described. The incomplete fossil pieces offered a clear view of the creature's rib and vertebrae. An imagined size was created using the dinosaur's fragments. Scientists estimate that the dinosaur was between 33 and 36 feet tall and 98 feet long, based on measurements of two femurs that were 7.7 feet long. Recent estimates suggest that the dinosaur's peak weight may have reached 72 or 76 tons. The dinosaur's size and weight, on the other hand, have caused biologists much distress. Some have even asserted that it was 50 tons in weight and 100 feet long. It is the ideal illustration of a dinosaur that is cloaked in mystery. At number 8 we have the Pertussaurus. The late Cretaceous era yielded the sole specimens of a Pertussaurus rewilli fossil. They were found in Argentina's Patagonia's western region. The cervical vertebrae of this dinosaur were the first titanosaur to have been preserved. This dinosaur, according to paleontologists, was about 98 feet long and weighed up to 122,000 pounds or 50 to 61 tons. Its dorsal vertebra, which was measured and is 5 feet to 6 inches long, is the widest fossilized vertebrae ever discovered. This vertebra may have had a very large rib cage based on its size and shape. It might have been heavier than other species from the same time period as a result. Scientists think that this dinosaur's neck was more flexible than the average one. As a result, because it could reach more areas than animals with rigid necks, it could eat a wider variety of foods. Number 7, Sauroposeidon protels. During the early Cretaceous, the Sauroposeidon protels inhabited Texas, Oklahoma, and Wyoming. People thought it was the biggest dinosaur ever when it was originally unearthed. The astonishing height of Sauroposeidon, which was the result of its enormous neck, contributed to the reason for this quick attention. If it could have stuck its head straight up, this dinosaur, which may have been up to 112 feet long, could have reached a height of 55 feet. It is hence regarded as the tallest dinosaur. The Colossus was between 88,000 and 112,000 pounds in weight. The first fossils were discovered in Oklahoma in 1994, and the University of Oklahoma stored them because they thought they were made of petrified wood. 6 years later, a graduate student realized the error and that the bones were some of the biggest dinosaur remains ever found. Additionally, the heaviest Sauroposeidon could have weighed 132,000 pounds. Visit Dinosaur Valley State Park in the vicinity of Glen Rose, Texas, if you wish to see Sauroposeidon protels dinosaur footprints. Even more, the Sauroposeidon was designated as the state dinosaur. Number 6. At the close of the Jurassic era, there existed the Diplodocus holorum. The large tail, long neck, massive torso, and strong legs of this dinosaur are well known. This dinosaur could have reached a length of 115 feet. Interestingly, compared to some of the others, this dinosaur is also relatively light. Despite growing to a length of 115 feet, it only weighs between 28,000 and 50,000 pounds. The scaly skin of this species was another intriguing characteristic. Scientists were able to understand more about the appearance and bodily functions of the dinosaurs of the time thanks to the evidence of preserved scales. Number 5. The Ruyangasaurus giganteus or R. giganteus is a relatively recent addition to the giant dinosaur family. Only in 2009 was this dinosaur described after being found in China. There isn't a lot of information available on this species. But regarding its size and lifespan, experts have offered some reliable estimations. It is currently thought that this dinosaur lived during the Cretaceous period. There are two estimations of the size of this dinosaur. It was probably roughly 35 meters long, according to one source, and 24.8 meters long, according to another. Therefore, the size of the beast was most likely between 81 and 115 feet. In addition, estimates place the weight of this dinosaur at 37.5 to 55 tons. Overall, this dinosaur was fairly long and was probably over 30 feet tall. However, because there are so few remains from this specimen, it is difficult to estimate its size. Number 4. The Patagotitan mayorum, also known as the Titanosaur, is thought by experts to have existed around 97 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. The species description indicates that this dinosaur was about 121 feet long and may have weighed up to 85 tons. Modern theories about the species, however, have moderated that estimate. One of the largest terrestrial mammals ever discovered is the Patagotitan, one of many titanosaur species. In comparison, that is equivalent to around 7 African elephants. In reality, the Patagotitan was a herbivore, and little is known about its nutrition. However, we can surmise that it consumed fruit and leaves from large trees. 84 remains have been discovered in Argentina's Patagonia region, as opposed to many dinosaurs, where scientists must rely heavily on speculation. The American Museum of Natural History has these on exhibit. Number 3. The late Cretaceous era was when the Argentinosaurus huinculensis lived. However, it wasn't until 1987 that the dinosaur's fossils were discovered. The fossils were discovered by a farmer working in his crops close to Plaza Huincul in Argentina. The size of this species is a topic of much discussion, as it is with many others. Some individuals estimate their length to be 98 feet. According to other sources, the dinosaur was 130 feet long. The weight of the dinosaur exhibits the similar disparity in estimates. Others estimate he tipped the scales at well than 220,000 pounds, while some people think it only weighed 144,000 pounds. It is significant to note that Argentinosaurus was among the biggest land animals ever. Researchers may state with reasonable confidence that this animal was this large because they have found numerous high-quality remains. The disclaimer at the start of this video is necessary because of this reptile. Although other figures have been given that are higher, in some ways, this was the largest creature to ever roam the earth. We're going to value the knowledge of subject matter specialists. Number 2. Despite being one of the biggest dinosaurs ever, humans have even less proof of the Marapunisaurus than typical. In reality, just one Marapunisaurus fragilimus fossil has ever been found. Sadly, that fossil was destroyed. Gregory S. Paul, a scientist well known for his dinosaur restorations, hypothesized that the Marapunisaurus was about 131 feet long at its maximum based on modern measurements and field notes about the fossil. This is less than the initial hypotheses, which predicted that the Marapunisaurus may have reached a length of 200 feet. Even if the dinosaur's fossils descriptions suggest that it might have been the biggest creature ever, the absence of information, proper records, and reliable measurements makes it unjust and essentially impossible to declare this animal the biggest ever. It won't be until a fresh fossil specimen is discovered that we can properly place this species. And finally, number 1. Top of the list of the 10 largest dinosaurs in the world is Supersaurus. In Colorado and maybe in Portugal, Supersaurus viviani fossils have been discovered. About 153 million years ago, this mammal was alive. Previously, specialists thought that this species might grow to a maximum length of 141 feet, but they now only think it could grow to 105 to 138 feet. In either case, Supersaurus was the biggest dinosaur ever. It did not, however, weigh a great deal as one might anticipate from a monster so long. Recent length estimations for Supersaurus have surpassed 120 feet or 40 meters, and may have been closer to 140 feet in length given the dinosaur's well-preserved fossil specimens. With that, we conclude this top 10. Thank you for watching. Let us know which top 10s you would like to see next. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.